the
Some
biggest
dark
companies.
shit you want to start with.
Yeah,
right?
of
Is it?
course. That's the best place.
You don't know our fan base.
You know, I'm so excited for it. I'm going to check if my phone is on silent or not. I don't want.
Where I kept my phone?
I don't,
Lost my phone.
I don't want the world to interrupt this shit.
No, it's my phone is not an Apple. It won't try to disturb us from when this conversation starts.
Oh yeah, that is one of my fears. You know, where it turns into a transformer the moment you start dissing the company.
Yo, oh, man.
What did you say? What did you say?
Yeah.
So starting off on a dark fucking thing, supposedly dark. So there was a massive thing going on that people are committing suicide working at Apple.
Barabar,
So, and there was a massive report, and New York Times did a thing, and then there was a bunch of newspapers. So they wanted to do an investigation. So they hired this agency to come to Shenzhen, where most of the iPhones are made. So I've lived there for 17 years. And then living in my building are all the Apple executives, and most of them are my friends. So, and one of them is actually then later on became a business partner.
Okay.
So, and he's like, these motherfuckers are coming to check the factory. I'm like, so what? What's the drama? And we in China hadn't heard of this shit.
Okay.
Because people commit suicide all the time anyways. It's a normal thing. It's like, it's Sunday morning. Yeah. Sorry, you're sad. You had to work 24 hours.
Yeah.
Let's guess which of these will fall first.
Yeah. So,
bet on everything.
oh yeah, fuck man. Oh, it's dark like that. Huh? They love to gamble. So, and we were just joking that I said, so how do they commit suicide? He said, you got to understand, our factory has 400,000 people working in it because Foxconn makes it, right? Which they're opening in India.
Yeah.
So, with 400,000, you have a certain rate of people that commit suicide in any town. He said, yeah, because it's a factory, then it's a fucking jump off. What am I supposed to say? It's like, that's the rate of suicide in any community. So we just joked that why don't you put fucking nets at each floor?
Yeah.
Right? So if they jump off, they can't fall very far.
Yeah.
He actually did it.
Fuck, dude.
So
Are
they
you
put,
telling me? Oh my god.
Yeah, so that's how they fixed it, right?
What?
So under every floor, there was level. So my idea to add to that, because I'm fucked up like that, is add just enough bounce, pressure. Because if they fall, they hit it and then put it at an angle so they get demoted to one floor down. Now, not only have you not died, you're demoted, make less money, and you're back on a chair.
Oh, damn, dude.
So I thought that was a great idea.
I think Adam Smith is jerking off just listening.
Yeah.
Every capitalist is like, you're going to get a call from Trump. Okay?
Yeah.
You're hired.
Some dark shit, man. But
What are they paying you?
it's the best. Yeah.
Not bad for that one, bro. You got some impression for that.
No, that's all Shane Gillis. But yeah.
What did they do to Shane Gillis, man? They fucking cancelled his show, right?
So, but
Yeah,
he's on.
he's on.
Yeah.
But Netflix, they fucked him on Netflix. No? Yeah.
He's got now. Shane Gillis came up. I think
Gilly and Keeves.
Gilly and Keeves.
They are doing like their own
channel.
sketch
Oh, okay.
special, and they are killing it. It's an amazing sketch show, and it's self-funded, self-produced.
Where is it? It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. Yeah, they have this.
check out any of their sketches.
It's hilarious. Like just the title of it. OnlyFans Dad.
Oh.
Just that. I don't even have to sell it.
So good.
It's
Holy shit.
What a great concept.
What a fucking on point shit, man.
Yeah.
Only
And it came out at the perfect time when OnlyFans was on top, when people were talking about, okay, is this ethical and whatnot.
Yeah.
And perfect timing it came out, and it's extremely funny.
It's very relatable because there will only be a time till you see OnlyFans they get paid a lot of money. It's like its own micro economy.
Yeah.
And it's a great way where like young girls are now paying off student debt in America. They're like, I want to do this for 2 years and I want to pay off interest as well. I'm done with this.
How does OnlyFans work? But is it like a?
It's a subscription.
It's not a
thing.
porn
So
thing.
it's
It's
not.
become
it
a
can
porn
be.
thing. Anything becomes a porn thing, no? Eventually.
Oh.
It became.
That's why I was just researching it and then I found out it can be.
Yeah. It
Like
started-
Savita Bhabhi.
Yeah.
Wow, that is a reference I didn't expect.
Savita Bhabhi is porn. No.
No,
Wait, I'm still confused. How does OnlyFans? I'm very
OnlyFans,
curious about what
it was
it is.
created in a very idealistic manner where the creator and the audience, there's no middleman in between. Immediately you put your content on and if you have fans, they'll pay you. You know, and
Oh, so you don't have to be a celebrity, then you get onto OnlyFans. It's
No,
not like that.
no.
Anybody can have an OnlyFans.
OnlyFans celebrity.
Oh, acha.
That's its own, buddy. Celebrity
okay.
is like now going to roots are penetrating everything.
Correct.
Alright, so OnlyFans celebrity status is also different, where you have top earners. Like, you know, they clock in like millions of dollars, like a week, a month.
Oh, well,
you know, like mad shit. You know?
Fuck are we doing wrong, man?
We just don't have
The thing is,
Our OnlyFans page will be things that
we don't
will
look
get
good
banned.
naked.
OnlyFans will get banned.
the only way to make money, see, we are actually only putting content down. They're putting their cunt out there. That's why they make money.
Yeah. I think the next edition, guys, big fuckers eating food naked.
Off each other.
Dude, I'm telling you, just we'll produce it.
Yes.
We'll take care of everything.
That man's head inside there is something fucked up. That's something seriously fucked up. He said eating off each other. He said eating off each other.
So two brothers.
But
But I have.
demographic for that guy.
There is, India has some fucked up demographics, man. When you
Yes.
look at porn, everybody's fucking a relative here.
Yeah.
Everybody is a Barbie fucker here.
When did
No,
that
because
fantasizing.
that is the problem with the caste system. No? Everybody's related to you now.
Oh shit.
Wait, but US and all I've seen that's all stepmom.
Yeah.
So we will be related, but like
is
that.
Step is like a beep.
The horrible reason for it.
नहीं नहीं जरूरत नहीं है.
और बाबा recording चल रहा है.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice.
Okay, I love it. Enthusiasm.
This is the Goa edition, boys.
He's like, अच्छा है, sir क्या खाना है? आपको free में खाना नहीं दिया है.
No, that was a menu.
Order करना पड़ेगा.
That was the menu.
Oh, I thought he was giving us notebooks to like
Even I
take notes
was
and all
writing
that.
pad. Sir, आपका meeting चल रहा है, आपका writing pad चाहिए क्या?
I also saw him angle the menu at the camera properly. Like a slow
Plug in, FTI.
Yeah.
Oh,
All
yeah.
the
Sorry,
times.
shout out. Let's give a shout out. We are at For the Record, the vinyl room in
Oh,
Goa.
yeah. Good time
Beautiful,
actually.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
well
shout
done.
out.
He
I
just came in
think
and-
you just noticed Bulan come in. That's why you give a
What the
shout
fuck?
out.
We're like, guys, I was so
ऐसा तो waiter को टोक बोलन साहब हमारे जल्दी मेन्यू तो रखो ये क्या फुकड़ में कर रहे हैं इधर
ये लोग बात करते जा रहे हैं कुछ भी बात करते रहे मैं सुना नहीं है सर अपना नाम तो सुना नहीं है
Yeah, so this is the back room at For the Record Vinyl, and it is one of, I think they made it to top 30 bars in the country.
Huh?
Yeah.
Because he does. Why am I pitching him like suddenly I'm an investor or something? I am not an
I
investor.
actually did one very interesting thing was beach mein for one of the episodes someone just reached out, like a band reached out to us, young band.
Okay.
They were like, we want to do some music, this that now, so we're like, perfect, we'll give you the platform. Our episode, if you want music, so make. So then we started inviting any indie band who wants to do music.
Yeah.
If it aligns
Not a
with
lot
what we
came
have.
though.
Yeah,
They're like, please pay us a little bit. We're like, no.
money will not give you, platform will give. We were the Reliance. हमारा नाम मिलेगा.
The Big Focus brand means something after all.
At least in this room,
yeah
और कोई जाने ना जाने.
yeah
I like that there's an LP at the back that says Fat Boys.
yeah
Okay.
Oh shit.
fat boys are back not just fat boys they're back
Oh yeah.
yeah
Wow.
Hold on.
and that are back are it's like you need to like
Just in case you didn't realize.
Yeah.
We'll put a photograph of our back.
and that is true you heard about this phenomena and I do not know if it is just guys coming up with this phenomena to make guys feel better like it's in mental health for a gender scenario but dad bod is apparently a thing.
Oh shit.
Do you
We have
guys know
even
about that?
crossed that point, no? So I don't know. Dad bod was 25 years ago.
Oh damn dude
I have definitely.
you're in unknown territory now.
No, my tits are sagging. No.
Oh.
Completely. My nipples touch my belly now.
Oh,
I've already
damn,
crossed
dude.
that stage. There's
But
nothing.
you know what?
This
You
is
know
what is. We went to OnlyFans podcast.
I have already
The
crossed
link
that
is in the
stage.
description, guys.
Yeah. It's that point I can put what is that James Bible under my tit and just stays. It doesn't fall off. It's like every year I can see how many
It's
books
a
I can
great
put.
party trick.
Yeah.
Oh, well done.
First of all, let me just say that both of you, your food show, I enjoy a lot because you look like you enjoy food.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so the saggy tits help sell it. All right.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, man, because these guys enjoy
Discovery.
taste as a part of their life. as an experience, compared to somebody who has like 6-pack abs and is trying to sell
How
me
the
like.
fuck are they eating, man?
Yeah, dude. How? Like, shut up. Don't try to sell me taste. You have sacrificed it at the altar of abs. Okay?
Absolutely.
So don't.
I am
me.
absolute.
Yeah.
Absolute love, but
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
Well, there's
it's
that line, no? They never trust a thin chef.
Yeah.
Skinny chef, yeah.
Skinny chef.
Yeah, definitely not, dude. And you have to like it's a purist approach.
Yeah, it's
like,
mass consumption at one point, man. And
But
it's not like it's like sometimes we shoot 2 a days, right?
Yeah.
So when you're shooting 2 a days, each shoot takes us anywhere between 3 to 5 hours.
Yeah.
Because you're eating, you're consuming, you're having a conversation, but then you're actually eating for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it fucking takes a toll. And then you take a break and then you eat again. So every season is like 10 kilo, 12 kilo goes up. And then you're trying to race to bring it down. And then,
So you're like UFC fighters now. You just
Yeah, we
need
train.
Yeah.
You need a cap.
Fuck, bro. It gets, and after that, you don't look at food for a
Yeah.
while.
Oh yeah, you get
It
tired.
feeds you.
So
But you know what? Actually, some of our episodes, nowadays we started realizing that even some of the audiences figure it out. Okay, they will reply saying, "You guys look like you were tired in this one." Yeah, motherfucker. 7 hours of eating.
Day 7 of shooting, man.
Yeah.
We've
Just
had
take
2 a
it
days.
slow.
Yeah. Like after shooting, for me now, I've just stopped eating dinner. I just gave up.
okay.
I just stopped. I'm like, fuck it, I can't eat anymore. I will only eat on camera. It's just so fucking tiring.
Ask his wife, suddenly he's eating. You know what? This is just like camera's not there.
Yeah.
What are you fucking giving me this review about?
Yeah. It's like unnecessarily review. And people ask you to come over and then you don't want to, right? Because we are really particular. We pay for our food. It's like super important because there's too much big-house shit in here. There's way too much big-house shit. Or everybody comes friends, so they'll get free meals and they'll go badao chadao ke baat karte hain.
It's a big social loophole. Like,
Yeah.
That relationship you want it to be different. Like, you
Yeah,
don't
so
want
we try to keep it as sacrosanct. So then it's easier not to eat at night because you don't have to go to places. Because if you go there, then they want you to come. They'll give you a free meal. And then they expect something in return.
Yeah.
So the best way for me is to just fucking give up on eating at night.
Also,
fucking real.
it would be a very difficult lie to sell. If you haven't enjoyed food, and then you have to be like, oh, this was like a revelation, and this was like, no, dude, you just can't. Your face won't be able to lie.
We lack micro expressions. No, it's all macro expressions. This one is
Just Shanky was going, sorry.
No. I still mask in some Tharurism. I'll drop Tharurism all day long just when I'm masking if I didn't like it. How bad should I fucking rip it into shreds? Sometimes I couldn't give 2 fucks. Like, this is dog shit. If it's Asian, I'll fucking chadao it.
We've seen that.
It's really funny, but these days, like we've got people commenting on saying, "Why look at that? Look at Sid so nicely. He said that they are bad." I was like, that's the purpose of our show, is to not say it nicely. You know, he made a mistake once. His mistake was that he was being nice about it.
They're like good handwriting.
ये शो हैंडराइटिंग के मार्क्स वाला है नहीं.
इस पे रिमार्क क्यों दे रहा तू? साला गलत ऑडियंस दे दिया एल्गोरिथम यार.
But they're hawks, man. I love the fans.
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
super passionate. गाली भी बकते हैं तो ऐसी imaginative गाली बकते हैं.
Nice.
वो एक तो कौन था यार? We used to get really upset. He wanted to do untold things to all the women in my family. From my grandmother onwards. And I was like, why did you leave my father alone? He's not such a bad looking guy. That guy also was like, "Arey boss, jawab diya sir." I was like,
Yeah. That's the funniest. When you have these guys comment, they'll be like, "Oh, fuck all show, kya faltugiri hai, chutagiri hai," and then you reply once and saying, क्या हो गया क्या? अरे सर आपने जवाब दिया, क्या शो बनाया है सर? अरे what was all that for? आपका attention चाहिए था ना.
What a weird way to get attention.
I love it.
man. I've seen people do that a lot. Like, for the internet has fucked us up in that manner that because you're not standing in front of the person now, you are ready to show the
Say
worst
anything.
person of your वर्जन बिकॉज वर्ड्स ही तो है क्या. मैं क्या किया? ज्यादा से ज्यादा सबको थ्रेटन किया ना, और क्या किया? अगर थ्रेटनिंग पे रुक गया मैं थोड़ी आया आया क्या?
Correct.
As if I should be able to sleep with that thought. Yeah, he's threatening my whole family. It's cool. It's fine. Why should I think it can be any random person fucking who's done this? Is he 6709 XOXO? I don't know. know, dude. Internet has fucked it up in that manner. And that's why when you're looking at reactions also, you have to take it with that level of
humor.
Like, you can't, come on, man. Like, are you really being serious?
Yeah, not everybody wants to murder you. That's a thing, the thought you have to have.
मेहनत है उसमें.
कभी deep cut वाला आता है ना, वो इतना लिख के like every minute of the episode he breaks down. You like इतना मेहनत करा, थोड़ा सुनना पड़ेगा रे. No, इसके अंदर तुमने ऐसे बोला, but ये ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. And then we also end up like responding to them. And then you're like, it's a trap. Why am I fucking? इतना लंबा response, मेरा भी लंबा लिखते जाना पड़ा. Baba से WhatsApp. I'm like, oh shit, I realized I'm responding to some anonymous asshole. I felt emotionally connected to him suddenly.
Yeah. And you don't, because they take, it's like we haven't yet gotten programmed to deal with it, man. So it takes like space in your head. Weirdly. You're like the host to that parasite.
Yeah, sometimes they're living rent-free in my head,
Yeah.
And you're like, what just happened?
You're just waking up. What must he be doing? Did he read my comment?
Like, you need and I've got children at home, like, I'm like, sorry, I'm busy. I have enough emotional attachments.
Wait, I've got feedback.
I am fighting with somebody who I don't care.
Somebody on the internet is wrong.
Yeah, that happens to you, man. You forget people around you, like, because you get caught in something because they take up so much space, and then you don't really realize that this fellow is doing this while he's traveling in bus, while he's doing this like अरे time pass मिल गया, मतलब मेरा playlist से bore हो गया था मैं नया गाना कुछ सुना नहीं, चल अरे Sid, अरे fuck dude, you horrible piece of shit. Why am I horrible? Was I mean to you, man? Did I meet you somewhere? I'm so sorry, man. Like, you wanted to meet up.
फिर नहीं आएंगे बेंच.
There must be a lot of people, especially because in Bangalore you guys went to all of these establishments. There must be a lot of people who commented on the fact that this was my childhood place.
Yeah.
Like
He's
that was
responsible for this chute. This fucker. No, I put a fucking pillow in front of my face with that comment you're talking about on the. He shat on all of dosas of.
No,
Oh,
you were talking about that.
No, I'm talking about in general.
No.
Wow, dude.
Yeah. He
That episode is out.
It's out, no? This
But he's talking about something else.
No, like in general, when
what we
people come
did
key
was-
memories and whatnot.
The
Like,
thing was, we actually put that as a thing. Actually, for the pub crawl, we did that, where we said that there'll be a nostalgia section where people, where we do like the classic bars and things. Like everyone has that. Like in Bombay, we have a Janta.
Barabar.
You have your what is that? Gokul, whatever, right? So there was a section. So even with the food, a lot of times that happens because kya hota hai, we also know limited about one city, right? So when you go to another city, you depend on certain people and then you research with that. So wahan typically hoega, there will be unanimous 5 people that one name will be there, which will be everyone's nostalgia. So you do cover those definitely, but we are very particular that we try and find ki jahan khana genuinely acha ho. So we're okay not covering the ones that are the most famous ones that have been there, and also because YouTube there are already 1,000 videos of that one place. So why go there and do that? I know we get some comments over there. People be like, why didn't you go to that place? You're all stupid, you didn't go there. Like, because Chutia goes, there are 1,000 other videos already about it.
95 fucking videos on Vidyarthi Bhavan. Another video.
it's called Vidyarthi Bhavan students. I already know. Everybody knows.
But there's a weird observation we made with our videos, अपना जनता थोड़ा funny है. इंडिया में क्या है ना कि if you make a video while eating biryani, they want to watch somebody else eat biryani. All our biryani episodes go woof to the top.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything else, when we're doing something eclectic, itna viewership nahi aata.
No, also because biryani is something that spans across, no? Every city has their own biryani.
Barabar,
I mean, not every city has a butter chicken, no? Like Kerala doesn't have a butter chicken or whatever. So you start going south of Bombay, they don't have a local butter chicken. But the biryani exists everywhere.
Biryani as a dish was only so good that they were like, we'll try to make our version
Everyone
But
said,
it's
I'll do
crazy,
our
there are
version.
few things that just hit with the audience and they want it. So we try to keep it a mix of everything. We definitely want a part of it is discovery, right?
Yeah.
So we feel like, Banda is sitting and talking, friends are talking that, I learned this or I found out about this place. That value, that proposition to them is extremely important, and that's what sells it. Then sometimes I think people just want to see their view of something we already know, right? Recall value. So I think we try to keep that balanced, but we tend to stay away from the most popular place.
But it's very strange. A lot of comments come where, like, say, I know this place is famous, right? And we've got a lot of comments of people like, we want you to go and do that. And we want to see the video of you doing there. It's like, क्या देख रहा है तू इधर?
नया नहीं मिलने वाला.
Exactly, खाना वही है.
You want Marvel Universe, DC Universe. What if this guy came here?
Correct. It's more one of those. We want to see you eat in that place, which I'm guessing also makes sense because it's like a lot of times it's also they're like the whole perspective that we're giving about something, and then like his thing is also like he gets into the anthropology of food. So there are little nuggets of information also that come in. So probably a bunch of those things.
They want to put the front bencher and the back bencher
together.
Correct. They nerd out करना, but वो a lot of places मेरे को मालूम ही नहीं है उसमें मैं कितना छोड़ेगा.
I like this. ये analogy कभी आया नहीं. हमारा show क्या है?
Front bencher, back bencher. It's proper. Pulls apart both of you, the approach that you guys have towards things. Like I saw that in the burger factory episode. Utha Kha, yes, 100%, yes.
हाँ, मैं उसमें भी nerd out हो जाता हूँ.
ऐसा हो गया. Holding technique, burger holding technique.
I ordered a burger that day and I was like, okay, does this work?
Do I need giant hands to do what he was trying to do?
Then I realized my hands are big enough that it doesn't. I've got OCD now. I can't. Burgers especially annoy me because if anybody that little juice runs down, no, the person on the next door table will take a napkin, start cleaning your hand, and please eat properly. Like civilized.
Like food.
South India, how will you go for the?
I've had the whole time.
Sambar. Damn, dude.
This is the gag reflex is coming up and down like a bland blowjob. I suddenly remembered boarding school.
Boarding school.
I've been for 2 years in a military school, but
you know how to clench those cheeks.
It was all
some kids really enjoyed the monkey and running.
What is that?
You know, when you carry a boy
carrying somebody.
Oh, acha. Okay.
So you have to like run laps, right? And you have to change the partner like half a
every
lap,
lap.
so that and there's consistent amount of laps you have to do. It's like part of your PT. And this is 5th, 6th graders, dude, and then like above also. So what happens is this is a boys' military school. There's no fucking talk of sex education, but there's like 300 boys undergoing puberty all at once in a building. So it's going to be fucked. And some of the kids, like they were, like this one kid did not change the partner. Right?
उसको मजा आ रहा था.
Because the other kid, it's the nap side. The kid with the nap, he got a boner. So you're like, I can't get off because I got a boner because it just happened. I don't know. Like, there's nothing like. It just getting carried on or not simulated. I don't know what did I got it. I don't like you. But I can't get down because it will be embarrassing as fuck. So that was basically the ultimate test of friendship. Like, where this guy carried him out of friendship because he would be embarrassed to be the only guy with a boner during PT. Like, what a horrible place to realize.
They had to confirm at the end of the, you like me as a friend now?
When did they give you the gun?
Actually, boarding school memories come flashing back.
Oh, how was food at your boarding school?
Oh, fuck it. That's the reason I ran away. It was shit.
Oh, dude.
Like legit ran away from school?
So many times. And like Chutias, I thought I'll get away this time. But they only gave us civilian clothes. We didn't have any civilian clothes. I was in senior school. We would get caught. Ek hi Chutia in a white shirt.
It's like you're tagged like an animal.
It's like a provincial. It's in Gwalior, right? This posh kids coming down from this palace with school. Like,
ये local नहीं है.
We had gone a step further, dude. You know what we had done? We had uniforms, right? But we had civilian clothes also. So we wanted to watch a movie. और वो महीना teacher लोग जीत गया था volleyball match. Some fucking retards played. And Bollywood movie चूज किया टीचर लोग. तो हम लोग हॉलीवुड देखने का था बेंचो. तो मंगला थिएटर बोल के पुणे में गया. So we had to go to the grounds wearing the jersey. So we are wearing civilian clothes inside. We are wearing the jersey on top of it, and we have simulated the whole thing. Okay, there's the stables here, stables ke piche, then there's a wall, and there's a old MiG 21 like there on the grounds. It crashed their order. They've just kept it. So we're like, I'm using this, for my freedom purposes. So we changed out civilian clothes. We jumped on the other side of the wall, and it was quite a jump. Like, when your knees buckle, like you thought I'll make it, but you're like, fuck, dude, I tested gravity unnecessarily. Kuch to chahiye tha.
I'll feel this in my 70s.
Yeah. Like that. It was that. And we jumped on the other side. The other side of the wall is just slums. And there's younger kids, naked playing cricket. They have a bat and a ball. They don't have clothes. they're playing cricket right in front of their house, and they immediately start shouting, "Bhag gaya, bhag gaya, bhag gaya." So we start running. 600 kids running, wearing civilian clothes, slide jumping into a rickshaw that had just stopped. And we were so happy. I chose that rickshaw because BMW ka logo tha wo rickshaw pe. I was like, yes.
Aspirational tabhi bhi tha.
The getaway vehicle, Oh God. It was a crazy experience, man. Hostel food.
तुम लोग साला 2 जोड़ी कपड़ा पहन के दौड़ रहे थे, 1 जोड़ी दे देता उन लोग को.
No. See, we did not think that ahead only. We got caught also because we did not factor in the movie time.
अभी empathy and entropy आया नहीं था.
कुछ नहीं.
It's just surviving.
Boarding school क्या है? Just survival is.
Yeah. I have to go out and come back. I'm breaking prison. And I have to come back. I can't go missing for a long time. Like a fucking childhood conjugal visit version. You're out of the prison thing for a while. Yeah. You have sex, but you're back in prison again. That's what a conjugal visit is, right?
Yeah. Correct.
Dude, and all the other guys, men are so like, we're like that we'll end up asking the guy like details, like, hey man, like, so how was it? Like, when you went out,
paint us a picture.
Yeah, you got a woman at least, dude. This fucker keeps on working out around me. I don't know why.
What's the purpose?
Give me something, okay? That's cool, man. Food was pretty.
Oh, it was awful, man.
Awful.
There was a dish called sada, which is my father also went to the same school. From uske time se bhi usko sada bulate the.
Dude,
it's the most sada shit ever.
That's also for somebody without money. A big sign of having money is me and my father. We went to the same school and the same boarding school. Immediately, like, oh, it's a dude. They've had money for a long time. Okay.
Khandaani.
तेरा ही खानदान है रे.
तभी तो बोल रहा हूँ खानदानी है.
बाप इसके माँ का भाई. कभी वो ऐसा होता है यार. सेम खानदान से.
सेठ तेरा पॉकेट मनी हमेशा ज्यादा था, ठीक है. देखा मैं बचपन से 3 कुल्फी
क्रेडिट
खाया
कार्ड
तू.
नहीं देते थे, पैसा एक्शन.
तुमको कैश दिया था?
ब्रो दिया था, है अभी. क्या बात कर रहा है?
तुम वॉलेट लेके चलते हो?
अच्छी असिस्टेंट नहीं देते.
Oh man, I do feel rich when I buy bread with GPay. Oh my god, I feel rich. I don't know why. It's 40 rupees only. I'm paying 40 rupees for the bread, but there's something about that technology being a part of the transfer. Where you're like, oh dude, I used to carry like coins because tire puncture hoega cycle ka. Kya malum? That was my budget. For shit goes wrong, 2 rupees.
That's your insurance. Rainy day fund.
Yeah, rainy day fund was 2 rupees. Dude.
Oh, wow.
It's cute. You think GPay is rich?
Yeah. What is this? What is this YouTube algorithm that you guys have got, huh? Like, where is this Shangri-La fucking? Did YouTube send you a credit card? What the fuck?
YouTube hasn't made us any money. Fuck all we've made. I don't know how many million.
I think
views.
it's not even paid for one day shoot.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, we've done 140 videos.
Yeah.
all of the money that we made has not even covered one episode.
Yeah.
Ka only production, forget post-production.
Yeah, that is the reality of it. But the perception of somebody who is not a part of, producing a show, seeing what all work goes into it. For them, they just equate millions to millions, like immediately. It's
तुम्हारा
like,
million views है मतलब तुम्हारा तो लाखों
come on, man.
खर्चा तो
क्या
लाखों
तू?
बना रहे होंगे तुम.
लैम्बो वगैरह कुछ सोच शैंकी क्या तू ऐसा जब जा रहे तू काम पे it's not fair dude like
But it's crazy, man. And then, but it has changed the game also, right? Like you guys full team is producing it. A lot of guys are doing it on their phones. तो लोगों को perception है कि तुम भी वैसी बना रहे हो. जो देखना यार कभी इधर से एंगल आ रहा है इधर से एंगल आ रहा है. We are shooting 3-4 cameras. So they're like, why don't you put out 2 videos a week? I said, Fiji का budget बनाना पड़ेगा उसमें. At least 500 kids will go hungry if I had to make this content twice a week, man.
I'll have to eat all of their food, okay? That is the show.
And maybe some of them.
Fijians are fat people. Then one will feed us for a few days. Sorry, I got dark again. Yeah.
No, it's fine. Food has just recently become where you can experience excess of it, and even that excess has not been like a smooth transition. Like the initial part of the excess is like क्या खिला रहा है dude, ये लोग क्या डाल रहा है, किस पे what. There was a moment where ketchup, all of this was people were like, go for it, man. Condiments. It stays for a year. That was the selling point. It won't go bad at all. And you're like, of course I'll put this in my body. Of course. What? How many emulsifiers? It looks like a scientific periodic table, dude. Ingredients ke badle. And now people are like, oh, no. Now you're a bit more, cautious. Now you're earning the good part of excess.
Not in Gujarat, though. They're still putting ketchup and cheese on everything.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, man.
Gujarat, I felt the worst. I'd gone there for a bike ride and what I'd seen was every place had that donation box meant for, cattle. And it's cool. I was like, all right, I'm a big fan of Amul. Great taste of India, all of that. Smita Patil, amazing.
She was hot.
Smita Patil was doing something, right?
Ad. Amul campaign, I think movie ka isme bhi tie-up kuch to hua tha tabhi. And...
I was like, Dr. Korean wala suna tha, Smita Patil ka sa hai.
They needed a Smita Patil to balance Dr. Korean.
And unfortunately, that's the last time I watched something Desi show. So my actresses are still Smita Patil. I don't know, she's gone.
But that's the thing also, like a lot of people who have you when you go to US and all, when you go to the Indian restaurants there, have you seen the music they play there?
Oh yeah.
You're wondering what the fuck is going on. Where is this music?
जब हमने छोड़ा तब का म्यूजिक है उसके बाद में कुछ समझ में आया.
अच्छा, it's still 80s 90s music.
Oh fuck yeah, man.
And that songs you've never heard of also.
Oh.
And when you see that, then they show that cliched India music when they do that. But they are not wrong because that's all they are seeing.
Oh, acha, in US there is a thing.
That ding 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 ding. They'll play that same nonsense like India aage wala ding ding ding.
Exactly.
Because that's what they're listening to there. They think it's still, that's what every year.
Mithun is still trending in Chicago.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because it's almost like a dated thing that cross over the ocean and then stays there. It doesn't get nourished.
So they don't, and that generation.
Dude, वो लोग divine सुन के क्या दिमाग फटेगा?
Okay, क्या था ना, when we came in, so I was like one of the first Bombay episodes, like let's do gully boy music. He's like, what is that? Then we had to tell him that there's a whole rap scene in India.
Oh, acha.
Like, oh shit, what great music. Then he saw the movie, Like Then we started using that. We got in what was his name? Alare. We actually used one of their tracks.
What is his name? I forgot. One of the guys based out of the movie. Got his music.
Pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Sorry, we diverted.
No.
Gujarat. You went from Gujarat.
No, that's okay. No,
I was on a bike ride to Gujarat. Sorry. I went into food, music, and.
No. I was tripping on that only. That's the point.
That's the whole point.
In fact, that was probably a good thing that you did. Taking all things into account. Like, we stopped at the donation part, and that's where we'll stop.
Donate in Gujarat.
You look at movies, a good movie, well written, people have worked decently hard on it. It shows so much that people go bonkers. And then it comes to know, oh, this fucker, it was so difficult for him to make it. For 5 years, he was sitting on it. Nobody wanted to put in money. Then he ended up getting, putting things together and finally fucking made this. Now you see, you fucks. It's almost like that. And that's a good way to approach it.
Correct.
Because at least then you don't feel like you're getting influenced. Because the moment you start getting influenced by how other people are reacting to it, you can just take it in and then work it into how you want. If you like the, the point they have raised, oh, this is genuine. Like, we should have, this angle would have probably been better or whatever. You can always incorporate that.
So on that note, I wanted to ask you guys, how did you get Pandu to be made? Like that must have been a task, because that is not. Because we get asked right now also, like when we go to the larger production house, say we want to do this. एक film star को डाल देते हैं अंदर, या एक model, one तो एक babe डाल दो, babe.
Babs.
Oh my God, still.
Yeah. Wow. Like babe डालो, must तुम्हारा viewers.
So we can't name because we might be working with them, but let's just put you some of the big networks, and the idea is to get a network at some point to get that reach, right? And then we get to do whatever the fuck we feel like on YouTube. But all of them were like, all of that is good, but famous person, please.
Put one star.
One fun
so
star.
How do you guys get? Because Pandu's the show they've written. I just found out they've written it. It's a fucking amazing show. I have not seen a better.
Watch.
At least police drama.
Plug, such a smooth plug that was.
It's actually one of my. I didn't know this. These guys.
मेरे को भी देखना पड़ेगा.
मैंने literally I've been telling people, anyone says ना वो
किस पे आ रहा है?
MX
It's on MX Player.
Slice of life, but proper of a, like he said, a Pandu in Bombay. Pandu is basically a cop.
Oh,
so a cop in Bombay, and his, like, it's a slice of his life. Anyway, what I want to know is, how did you guys sell that one to whoever?
It was quite a journey, dude, because I'm a stand-up comic also, so I started performing in Marathi as well with this collective called Bhadipa, and we had a show at Canvas Laugh Club. And after the show, I thought about it when I was servicing my bike. I had gone to service my bike, and I was like, yeah, dude, I've always wanted to be a writer. It almost felt like I was prepped for it, because my parents were nice. They neglected me with the library, they were kind. पढ़ कुछ तो पढ़, dude, मेरे पास सिखाने को टाइम नहीं है. ये ऑस्कर वाइल्ड वगैरह इससे सीख ले कुछ, क्या बोलता है ये. And I've always wanted to be a writer, so I studied literature as well. I pursued creative writing in UK. And then I was like, why am I not doing anything? Why am I just teaching? I'm teaching other people's stories, dude. Like, and this is not what I wanted to do. I came up with a basic hook to it. And after the Canvas Laugh Club show at Phoenix Mills, there's a square in between where the people perform and shit like that. So the two heads of that collective Bhadipa, they were searching for a frying pan. And they're like, the frying pan kidhar milta hai vagara. And while walking, searching for frying pan, I was like, hey, I've got by the way, an idea for a show vagara. And I sold it to them while we were searching for a frying pan.
Achha.
Yeah. And then they were pitching some shows which they had written.
Okay.
And they did not. So usme they ended up putting Pandu also.
Oh, nice.
And they got response on Pandu. So they were like, fucking, we've been trying to pitch our shows for like 2 years and you fuckers, lucky fucks, got it.
So MX bought it, or we were first go to production house?
No, we MX bought it. They were like, this is the budget, which is bare bones budget. Like, shout out to Bhadipa, man. They did a brilliant job, because it's head by people in the industry. So Sarang, Paula and Anusha, they are all directors, actors, so they know people. So they pulled in some favors as well. They ended up, because the budget was...
So who did the production? You guys only?
Bhadipa did.
Bhadipa did the production?
Okay. We learned a lot. Like, it's so informative to be as writers on the set.
Correct.
Because you just see, so much of it, your imagination is not hindered by camera access and logistical issues.
Correct.
So it's very nice to see how they end up breaking down the story, the screenplay, the approach to that, and what. We of course write screen directions, everything, so that it's easier for them to.
You did the screenplay also?
Yeah, everything, start to end.
I like the way they definitely stood in production time. Angle ऐसे दिखा रहा है.
Yeah. That is how access.
Yeah, ऐसे करके. हम भी सीखा है. Get out of my life.
You are in the field, please.
In the field,
I'm directing your show only. Please get out.
And we got yelled at by DOP one. No, what was Vishal Sinha? Get out of my life. And you like, oh, I am in your frame, sir. मैं ही show हूँ.
Yeah, but see, you have to understand. You take up the whole frame.
हाँ यार, हमारा unique problem यही है.
It's
We can't. They have to use a G master lens kit.
So a lot of people say bring in guests. We can't bring in guests. We can't afford another camera now.
Yeah.
Just for a guest, we have to actually get another camera because those two cover us and one covers food.
Yeah.
So that's the only way we can actually put all of this in one. Otherwise, see, like for example, this setup. Our camera can't be that far and the food is here.
Barabar.
So there has to be one close.
Yeah, correct.
Suddenly, which is why a lot of times you see there's a cameraman in the shot also.
Yes,
Handheld guy.
But he has to be there also. Yeah, it's crazy.
Technically हमारा complicated just because of our size.
Yeah.
भाई जो उसमें fit नहीं आएगा तो फिर ये तो ऐसे.
Because some of the places they legit have like smaller places to
man,
sit and
gets
whatnot.
problem.
Where logistically your camera guy is just going bonkers. Like especially places which are like
Old establishment and all.
Yeah. Have you been to Bumble here?
No.
If you're actually a great place to go to lunch today if you guys
It's a tiny place.
It's a small place. We can't shoot there. Great food. But we looked at it we're like you can't shoot here.
Yeah.
It's too small to shoot here.
One thing I wanted to ask you guys, like a lot of the places and people you interview, the owners of establishments and whatnot, typically they are not people who face the camera. So how do you guys make them comfortable?
Alcohol.
No,
not necessarily.
really?
Alcohol has helped quite a bit, but generally,
Certain places.
yeah.
I think that generally as people we are a little more easygoing. So we are also the thing is that we are not actors, right? So automatically that becomes relatable कि ये actor तो है नहीं. So he's not doing this professionally. So I think that is one way that they ease into this, and then generally I think we're as conversations also our conversations on that are also not like let's face the camera and talk. It's not like that. It's very easygoing. So it's free flow mein, and it takes a while. So what we do is we will start having a conversation little bit before, and the edit mein you will see the conversation that is probably half an hour into a conversation with each other.
Okay.
So you see that
you will start earlier because you'll still like rope into the conversation. Correct. I'm usually a little bit wary of having a conversation earlier because I don't know how to. There's no acting skills at all, no. So if already you have said and you answer the same thing, I'll be at the camera. अभी तो बोला था 2 minutes पहले.
It seems disingenuous.
Disingenuous. So it's different. It's a little different. He'll get them comfortable.
Okay.
But then. It's hard to talk about these things. Yeah, we are self-deprecating is easier for us to do than talk about ourselves.
Yeah, it works.
But generally, what happens is, I find that we are comfortable speaking with coming from a line of work with a prime minister or the guy who drove me there. So equally comfortable having a chat because we generally want to know these things.
Yeah.
And then it takes a few minutes, but we get quite comfortable. And we get them comfortable.
All of these people, they have like legitimate interesting stories to show, in terms of content. It's a great peek into this person's phase in life where why they chose to do a particular thing, why they're doing it here of all places, and why they're sticking to it.
Yeah.
Like why have they found their corner and how are they, celebrating it? That's a lot of fun to watch. Like on YouTube, some of the stuff that I've become a fan of, even though I don't speak the language, is checking out chefs who are making ramen, and like there's a guy in New York, a Jewish guy in New York who was on chef's table also. Yeah.
I've eaten at his place both in Japan and in New York. Really good.
And his approach to it. Now his cultural background is very different. But at the same time, he has taken his part of individuality as this is how I'm going to approach making ramen. I'm not going to fuck around. I'm not going to make it. I'll learn the broth. Yeah, the broth matters. I can't. The noodles matter. I'll fucking pay attention to it. How long do I have to? Wrist arthritis, of course, but I'll do it. Yeah. And it's
It's
what is? Sorry.
No. We talked to Atul, for example, right? Atul here. He's a Gujarati Jain. His name is Shah, he's Dr. Fish.
Okay.
And his story was amazing. He said, they were not allowed to eat fish, and he would hide and eat at his neighbor's house. And his love of fish, it came from thank you outside for the sound, illicit love for fish turned into a profession, turned into a passion. And when you sort of let him go into that, dive deep, so you can see it as a memory recall, and he's reliving his... And he's excited and he's saying, ab aisa khao, ab aisa khao. So you can almost see he used to eat it that way. And he's getting us to eat it that way, right? And then he's like, no, don't mix this, but had this with this. So that's a golden moment.
Yeah.
It gets real passionate.
It also happens, especially when you sit with these guys and you listen to it. You start appreciating so much is gone behind that one table, dish that's reached your table.
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes behind it, right?
Yeah.
So, and some of these guys that we met are like super passionate.
Yeah.
So, from that, even that coriander where he's picked up, he's particular about it.
Yeah.
He goes into, I have been making this, and like guys like Bomra who've been growing their own things also.
Yeah.
And you see them walking around with so much love, taking care of each of those, produce that is coming out there.
Yeah.
वहाँ से शुरू होके then going to experimenting in the kitchen, trying those things out, and then when they come out, and some of those guys like Bomra is actually, when he loves sitting next to you, he'll be feeding. ये खा के देखो,
Yeah.
I will feed you.
Yeah, he just feeds you, starts feeding you, and you know that passion kicks in.
Yeah, he's also got an interesting story. He also started as a techie.
Yeah, he was a logistician for. He studied as a techie, then he became a logistician for Médecins Sans Frontières, which is Doctors Without Borders,
Okay.
and worked for them. Then landed up in London, and then had to cook because he missed his food. And got tired of London, came down here because his wife.
What's that story that he talks about? No, when
Yeah.
It was really cool. I thought.
Yeah.
He made all the dishes for that
Yeah,
chef.
for that.
Yeah.
With the condition, if you like the food, I want the job.
And then he quit a month later.
That's like a pursuit of happiness 2 months.
Yeah.
Bomra is a legend, man. The joke in town is that's my second wife. Yeah, second wife. The Mayur is my third wife. Only reason Bomra is my second wife is because he feeds me. Mayur I only listen to.
It's good to. It's good to assign like that. To, oh my God, I've always one thing that has always like befuddled me is food has always how we are talking about it's a sign of flex also. And now you see sometimes people pass judgment on the idea of how, like, imagine Rome, you have somebody sitting on that marble and some other person holding grapes. You are not even putting the grape in your mouth. You're just opening, plucking, and that's it.
Yeah.
But that's because food is such an innate part of your day. You can't like I hate the idea of turning things into powder, when people say I supplement meals with a shake. Or I'm like, what is wrong with you, man? Why would you? Dude, you'll die. You'll die even with this. It's not like it's going to be like I have found eternal immortality and I'll drink a shake and that's it. No.
Or one step away from a saline only. No.
Yeah.
They just take a drip.
It's not a life worth living.
It's not.
What is the point?
That's the saddest thing I feel. People who die vegetarians. Like you've never tasted
there's a
meat
whole
all your
palate.
life. Imagine dying without having tasted it. Like anything. for that matter.
Fuckers are even sadder. No?
Like I feel, my thing is that how does curiosity of life not get you to at least try a few things, right? Try to करके देखो.
I was talking to another stand-up comedian friend of ours, Ronak Rajani. He's a very funny guy, and he was asking me about is there a difference between paneer makhani and butter chicken? I was like, but obviously, like, where does it come from? And then I explained the Maillard reaction and whatnot. Okay, ठीक है, the protein breaks down oil, वगैरह and all, and that's what gives the extra flavor. It's like, dude, you know what? I was raised vegetarian, so like I just can't eat this and all. It's a weird feeling. Like, then go to a hypnotherapist or someone. Like, because that's the only way to
Differences between paneer makhani and butter chicken.
Yeah.
Like jacking off and getting a blowjob. Something else is happening.
He didn't say in those exact words. He was just curious.
No, it's fine. It's fine. As long as you're just talking about jacking off and whatnot. It's
No, I mean, like, I think the best compliment I heard someone give someone on MasterChef Australia was this is sex on a plate. And that's the first. I was like 13 years old hearing, oh my God, someone said sex on TV.
Hey, didn't you tell Bomra that you're responsible for my orgasm today? Bomra got up and left. He was like, I don't know what the fuck just happened.
Yeah. There we go. Food is great, dude. Food
has become a currency now, right? It's just the way things are going, and there's a lot of conversation around it. It's the new it thing. Maybe because of celebrity chefs or there's so much content around it that it's become a currency. Chefs are becoming a currency itself. Like to know chefs, to be invited to certain openings, to be invited to events that are usually only within the culinary or food service industry is the new thing for the rich and famous.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a lot of that is happening now.
A friend of ours put it also. It's like, you can get very rich, you still don't know where to eat.
Yeah.
You have the money to eat there, but you don't know where.
And what?
Yeah, when you hear Warren Buffett just eats what McDonald's or KFC, one of those things, you're just like, dude, Why then the money? Like you're clearly not doing it to
No,
spend.
it's even worse then. Because you're like, dude, you won't even enjoy it.
Yeah.
You'll just have it.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing. You're not doing anything with it, bro. Like, and you're thinking, I'll clap at the austere life led by.
No, in our case, what we've like, I've also started noticing now. So, like, you're rich and let's call it rich and famous friends also. Now suddenly everyone's reaching out, not because you're famous. Because you know where to eat now.
Yeah.
So they'll call out, Acha, I'm going to this city. Can you? And you're like, Mahadich, I've been trying to call you for fucking 1 year. Like, sudden that flex is there. Like,
And no, they want you to call the chef like, hey, can I get? So they want that little extra love, right? Hey, you know the chef, no? Can I? I'm like, go there, spend the money. We're like,
It doesn't work like that, bro. Like, it doesn't. He's not like, I'm going to tell Nach, and he's going to be like, okay. It's not.
Yeah, they can afford it, but I think they want that. What's that allure of it?
They want to feel special.
Yeah.
While having something special, they
Yeah,
can't they can't feel.
They can't
less
be just
special.
happy with what they're eating. Yeah.
But in certain cases, I think certain cases that it's deserved where you tell the chef, because what happens, like a lot of chefs have been telling us recently, with us, for example, or people like us, and we have something called the Focus Dining Club, which is a bunch of these people that are like that. What happens with this set of people now, these chefs can push the envelope. So things that are not normally selling, they can do that with this set of people. So, and there are these certain enthusiasts who will be like, अच्छा मैं जा रहा हूँ वो restaurant, बता दे यार chef को कि कुछ भी कर सकता है. So then when he gets there, he can be, like for example, someone did a meal with offals. Offals वो अगर menu पे डालेगा तो इतनी सारी चीजें people will be like यार नहीं खाएंगे. Offals is like all your
organ meat.
Skin, brain, liver and kidneys and all of that jazz. So that is not something regularly people would try, but there are a set of people who like that meat and are willing to try out कि अच्छा इससे कुछ बना के देखते हैं क्या बना रहे हैं. This chef can push it with. So the chefs also like that audience. Let's try and get this set of people जिनके साथ में हम लोग भी experiment कर सकते हैं. So that is what is, like he's saying, that is the currency, for example.
That's the whole point of creativity, no? Like you're able to create, you're able to express it, and you know that there's an audience for it. And that's very important to have, even as a chef. I believe, because every chef, I've noticed, they have their own approach and journey with food also. Where how some people just get bored and tired of the expensive ingredients, and so they go the exact opposite way and do like a whole farm to table approach with normal stuff, everyday food, nothing with caviar, unnecessary, because that's its
Thankfully,
own.
no truffle oil.
Oh yeah.
Yuzu, India में भी क्या है? Sorry, not to cut you off.
No, it's fine.
It
Dude.
trends
That's the
like
point.
it's a fucking crazy, man. I want truffle oil in everything. I want cheese and everything. Or I want yuzu. Yuzu dip with the yuzu glaze with the yuzu.
Yuzu is a type of lemon, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yuzu is a Japanese lemon.
Yeah.
But
it has concentrated flavor or something.
Concentrate slightly. It's got a slightly sweeter tang to it. It's tangy and little sweetness to it. It's floral notes. Sorry, I'm going to
No. Japanese people and their approach towards raising this, because I'd seen a documentary on it, because it's a very demanding thing. Like Japanese people have a very weird thing to create something that demands a lot and then give it. Like their mangoes are also like one mango on a vine and then right amount of sunlight so that it gets colored properly around, and then they'll sell it like a fucking golden thing in one thing in a box and auction it.
But the discipline that goes behind it,
to eat that is crazy. I told you the story of that musk melon. No, I was in a restaurant in Manila, and some very rich dudes were there. And so we went to this Japanese restaurant. So we're sitting, and omakase is when you tell the chef, you decide what I will eat.
Okay.
So the omakase, he's doing the omakase, and I'm just making sure I'm not paying the motherfucking bill. Because it's already like at $500 a head. That's meri phategi. 7 log hai. So then meal gets done, and he says, he gives this little piece of thing, comes out. And when I took up, I said, itna mehenga meal, all of this jazz, and I'm going to eat this. This is your dessert? So I was like, whatever, that's a bit of a damp ending. One bite, it was like 1,000 melons concentrated into one bite, and it just exploded. I was like, oh, what the fuck was this? Yeah, it was just like, doof. I was like, brain broken, melted. And then everybody's just like quiet and looks at each other like, would you like more? And everybody's like, and he's like, are you sure? And we're like,
That should have been the hit.
Yeah,
Are you sure?
yeah. So then he gets the melon out, and then he's doing all of this, like he's making love to it, man. I'm like, oh, this. Everybody on for this? They're like, yeah. So he cuts the whole thing. Before he cuts it, he goes, again, are you sure? Yeah. We're like, yes. So that should have been a fucking clue what it was. Cuts it up, great. They realized all the bill was about whatever. It had come to about $3,700, and there was another $2,000 just for that melon. Yeah. I'm like, $2,000 का melon. Who the
$1.5 lakh का melon था.
हाँ, ये मेरे को तो कैन वाला याद है यार. बोर्डिंग स्कूल में तो वो भी नहीं मिलता था.
I could feel my ancestors cry.
Yeah. Then I went online. I was like, why is this shit?
$1.5 lakh का शक्कर टीटी खाया. Like क्या चुतिया आदमी है. $1.5 lakh का शक्कर टीटी खाया.
But it is crazy, man. The amount of work that goes in. It's grown on a vine, then it's put on another vine, and then then this one, and then sing song to it and shit like that.
Yeah. That's possible.
Yeah, but true. Japanese take it to that.
I stayed away from family.
Yeah.
Melon.
I did not masturbate for 3 years, so I could touch that melon. I got hard on every time.
All relationship fade away. But leave melon.
Our show is not going to be very popular in Japan now.
No, we will talk from diaphragm.
How they talk from the diaphragm for some reason, or it's just on television.
No, and because they always talk from the diaphragm, it almost feel like they mean it more.
Yeah.
Even if their anger is like, I'll be scared of a Japanese angry person, dude. I'll be like, dude, your anger is not halka pulka. Like, I don't know where the sword is coming out from. I don't know what is happening here.
That's true. I've even seen Hollywood. Na? If you see any Japanese characters put, he always comes with very grave news.
Yeah.
You notice? Or even in like, what was that? Sapne mein sapna, what is that?
Inception.
Sapna.
Perfect line. Yeah. That's the byline.
that man also, every time he's on screen, some grave news is coming. I am changing everything. I will finance this.
Yeah.
You need to do this for me. It's like, why is this sudden? Unko, I think demeanor ही है दिया.
Their sense of decorum is something else, man. Another funny story.
It's okay.
Go ahead.
So
We laugh anyway.
So we were flying. I used to fly a lot, like insanely, like every 10 days between Hong Kong and San Francisco. So like,
Okay.
And I'd like to take the ANA flight so I could stop and eat in Tokyo.
Okay.
That sounds so douchey.
No. It sounds like a life I would want to have. What are you talking about?
So we had already flown out. It was Christmas time. We left LA and we were flying out. We'd been 5 hours en route to Japan. Then suddenly the lights went off and came back on. So having gone through enough flights, I knew something was wrong. So this flight attendant comes and he was very quietly, hi. And then the Japanese goes, hi. And takes out the shoe, makes sure it's neat and puts it on the side. And then the other person goes, hi. And then, hi. Take the shoes off and put it there. Comes, oh, Mewara-san, there's a problem. Engine failure. We are turning back. And you will see the plane release a fuel into the air. Please take your shoe off, put it on the side. I was like, hi.
What's the please take your shoes off and put it?
No, because if you have to run to the emergency thing, your shoes can tear the raft.
In
case it's going to have a crash.
Okay.
So I love the Japanese. I was like, hi. And because she spoke so calmly, I was like, hi.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. But then,
maybe she's asking you want a cookie, maybe. I was expecting that.
Yeah, and I was just like, okay. And then the plane turned around and I was like, damn, this shit's really happening. I'm like, turning around, they go, psh, you can see all the fucking fuel coming out. But back then, there was slightly more American. You can, I was like, oh, shut the fuck up, be calm.
2 movies will be made on it, dude. Tom Hanks is your...
Yeah, no, don't fly with Tom Hanks anywhere. Motherfucker's always getting stranded somewhere, on an island, in an airplane, in a fucking terminal. Jahan jata hai, motherchode phas jata hai.
He's just
not Matt Damon. What is that guy?
Everybody's always looking for Matt Damon.
He's always
Somebody's always looking, hunting for him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's always running away for some reason. Like, always people think that it will be so. It's good that movies are there for us to vicariously feel like, the fate of the world depends on me and I need to jump from one building to the other. If I have to do that in real life, I would be like, really, it came to me? You didn't ask anyone. Somebody has to make the jump, dude. Please bet on the right horse. I can't be saving the world. You're mad or what?
How fucked are we if this fate of the world depends on me?
How fucked is the world?
No, always
How fucked is the world? Yeah.
like last meal recommendations. You go here, you go here, you go here.
25,000 pizzas. Stat.
Yeah.
The pizza fellow is like, no, but my family, like, how would you want to die? Near an oven, right?
You're a pizzaiolo.
On that end, last meal.
Last
What are you
meal.
doing?
Damn, dude. Oh fuck. See, this is where nostalgia also tries to creep in.
Go ahead.
Where like you want to, but then you don't want to. Like you want a nice ending ki, childhood memory, Puran Poli or something. But then I'm like, yeah, but most of my childhood I've eaten that. So like what now? Like, I think if budget is not an issue, I would like to have truffle something and lobster and something else. Like, because I want like when I'm hanging, my puke to be like rich, like not smell as much. because I think that is how it works. So, it's going to be my last meal. I'm going to be polite. Somebody's paying the bill, so I'll just be like, he'll take the check.
और अगला जन्म में
I'll
Long
come back.
game खेल के गया यार. Where my puke will have a smell of truffles.
Yeah.
The dog will be very happy.
and that is served in the menu.
This, sir, we just got it today from the executioner. Like, we made something out of this.
Compliments.
You're getting killed, bro. That was not the
बाप कॉप है ना इसलिए उसको मालूम है उसको ट्रफल तो मिलेगा. एक फोन कॉल तो that one phone call will come. That truffle होना चाहिए.
Because I've had that conversation with a couple of my friends, that last meal thing, we got introduced to it through Hollywood. Like, we did not have like a huge thing. At least I did not know.
यहाँ मारते हैं तो
भाई जेल में देते ना लास्ट देते ना इधर भी
Yeah,
इधर में देते हैं.
but I think it would just be a better
Deal
dal.
होगा खाली last ऐसे.
स्पेशल नहीं मतलब यू कैन आस्क फॉर यू अगर तेरे को बिरयानी चाहिए बाहर से तो वो मंगा के लेते हैं तेरे
You know what would be the worst thing? Like, अच्छा last meal ये मांगा, चल इसमें थूका नहीं है, बस ये ले. लास्ट मील बिना थूका दे रहा है, इंसान की तरह रखा तेरे को देगा. आखिरी
गाली मत देके जा
and he's tasting that like not good.
वो रेगुलर वाला फील नहीं आया
Yeah, last meal.
I'll go for a chicken curry and dosa.
Chicken curry and dosa.
Yeah.
Good pick.
Yeah.
Good pick.
Nice.
My problem no is with this last meal question is always how hungry am I when this is being asked to me
Oh yeah.
and what is it that I've not eaten in a while तो सडनली लास्ट मील चेंज होता है हर बार
Yeah.
एक बार बिरयानी क्यों कि बहुत दिन से खाया नहीं है
Yeah.
तो अभी मेरे को दिमाग में वही आएगा और इट विल बी लाइक लेकिन लाइक राइट नाउ इट इज रसम चावल विद दैट फिश फ्राई
Oh yes.
Oh, that's great, dude. Fish fry, I didn't think about.
But भाई मेरा भी nostalgia फिर घुस गया मेरे.
रोगन जोश चाहिए
रोगन जोश. कश्मीरी.
Oh, I've always wanted to experience that
Vazwan.
I've seen that.
We just did that in Bangalore.
Oh yes, there is a place in Bangalore.
Sarposh.
which does it. Yes.
Excellent. We did a 7-course. हम लोग इतने नदीदे हैं. We made it a 9-course. We added 2 more just in case that was not enough.
Yeah.
Excellent.
If you are around in Baroda, we're doing Vazwan with them November
Mid-November.
come
And here, there's one more place here also. Fahad. Kashmash.
Oh.
You get Kashmiri food.
Oh damn, nice.
good Kashmiri food
Yeah.
I mean that's I think the way for diplomacy, dude. Food diplomacy.
It's a thing.
I believe in it a lot. Like, forget everything else. Let's meet at a good restaurant and talk. You know, why do they have these meetings?
That's the problem. Spies only order the coffee. You order the brun muska, no?
No, and also like if you're looking at United Nations, it's a place where the whole world is coming to, solve major mera line, tera line, kya pagal hai kya. All of that happens over there, and then they have bland cafeteria food. Like, cheese sandwich, thakela coffee, 24 ghanta pehla brewed, just burnt.
but you know what food diplomacy is actually a thing where like a friend of mine is writing a paper on it I spoke to Samrat So he's actually writing a paper on it.
Oh,
Also.
that's
Shout
very
out to
interesting.
Samrat.
Yeah.
So he was doing part of his course. He took up one thing where he's doing. Apparently, Shinzo Abe and Modi, they became great friends purely because that guy used to love dal khichdi or one of these dishes, and he used to, every time he came to India, so work conversations always started a day later. He used to come a day earlier just to eat. And that was one of the reasons where a lot of the whole, when the bullet train, all of that started coming in, was like, so negotiation वाला ना, खिचड़ी अच्छा दे देना, चल तेरे को इतना माफ किया पैसा.
So he's like, और मांगता है, bullet train लेगा,
मोदी negotiation में खड़क रहेगा ना. तो सब अच्छा एक काम करो, पहले इसको जरा खिचड़ी खिलाओ, फिर हम negotiation पे आते हैं. खुश हो गया ना आदमी. हाँ ठीक है.
Shinzo Abe came from Japan and had fucking dal
खिचड़ी. I don't know why.
Somebody should wake him up and shoot him again for that.
No,
No, but dal khichdi is a great comfort food. Yeah. For me, it's a hangover. Dal khichdi with tandoori chicken is my ultimate hangover.
Great. Dal khichdi tadka, if you're feeling like, fuck it, I'm sacrificing an artillery.
The sadness on my face. This is what I have to contend with.
Shut up. You only had dal khichdi and tandoori chicken day for yesterday.
You were coming, no?
Shut up. It was your recommendation. Dal khichdi khayega kya? I was like, wow. तेरे को hangover हो रहा है. Dal khichdi and tandoori chicken. That's my hangover.
हाँ, मैंने try करना पड़ेगा.
It's a great go-to, man. Hangover foods, generally speaking.
Hangover foods. That's a good one. What is your hangover food?
No, I've not been that hangover. Like,
He just started drinking.
Just started drinking.
You just lost your virginity, over?
Yeah.
Ayyo.
He's just discovering the lands of gin.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. We should just do cocktails right now while we're doing
He's
this.
found.
Oh yeah.
We can.
Just ask him right behind.
Either right behind that door is one of the best cocktail makers in this country.
Yeah, then I
Like-
think we should.
Yeah,
we should.
I don't know what your
Okay.
SNP. What is your SNP in legal?
No,
Yeah,
I don't
no,
think.
it's
I
fine.
think it's not the first time. So okay.
I've been drinking on your podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, very rarely though. It's one or two episodes, not a lot, but it depends.
Inadvertently, we should drink in almost every single episode, no?
We should. I actually have been trying to look for, I don't know if you guys know, does it exist? Do you have alcohol patches like your cigarette nicotine patches?
No, man.
I've been looking. If I can,
No,
I'm okay to even spend money, but someone wants to R&D this. I want alcohol patches. I love what a high, like I like that feeling of a high, but I don't want to be drinking that much.
This is a shout out
Give me a
to
patch.
all the big
You are talking
pharma.
like those protein shakes. I swear.
No, yeah, but they have to keep drinking. No, like in the day, it's not socially
Pharma-
acceptable to wake up at
Acha,
10
so you,
o'clock and be drunk.
then just mix it in a coffee mug or something.
No, I didn't know. We had
This is
conversation
just, I
also.
think-
like in Mad Men and all,
Sorry.
all day they're drinking. I asked you also, is it true in US culture? Is it there?
No.
In corporate?
Used to earlier. I mean, we used to have banking. We used to have lunch. You'll have a martini or two. But then we saw the movies also and we pretended we were like that.
Yeah.
One every 15 minutes.
All these American
And then go to sleep.
shows, when they have a decanter, fancy decanter in the office, everyone has. All the big executives have one. An extra decanter.
Gentlemen, a toast to the future.
हमेशा रेडी रहता है. अपने को इधर सुन रहे जरा वो एक बॉटल मंगा उधर से.
चाय रामू चाय लेके रखता रहता बेंच पे.
कुछ ज्यादा ही कॉन्फिडेंस है ना उसमें. लाइक सेल्फ डाउट रखना थोड़ा. कॉफी चाय भी पूछ
कुछ
गाने
है,
में. हमेशा स्कॉच ही क्या है कि मैं हाई
रेडी रहता है पीछे वो भी.
Yeah, because he's always expecting good news.
Yeah,
he's like सब अच्छा ही जाएगा मेरे लाइफ में.
करके तो उधर बैठ.
Yeah, because that was
okay.
the great part of capitalism, no? It just saw the boom after the Great Depression of 30s.
Yeah.
Then like it just started climbing up and people just started seeing skyscrapers and whatnot.
The American dream and whatnot
so it was
started.
just coming true. So they were just like, fucking ho gaya re, we are the final evolution of humanity. Cheers to us.
We're bringing day and night together, work and alcohol together properly.
That's how the Chinese see the world right now.
Huh? Acha, okay, yeah, the confidence and
The
whatnot.
confidence.
Yeah.
I've been there 17 years. It's like nothing but up.
Yeah.
Every day the skyline changes.
Yeah,
every
they flex in a very like kung fu manner to the world.
Yeah.
You
Be
don't
like
even-
water, fill everything.
Yeah. The thing you understand.
Drown the world.
They know how to fucking and it's almost like they were the drug dealer to America's thirst for input of money. You know, they were like चाहिए थोड़ा ना मैं ये भी लेगा लेकिन ये भी लेगा अच्छा 10 ग्राम और चाहिए आजा ठीक है मगर अभी I own half of Texas. Okay, like I think that would be the final place though.
I think they are doing what America was doing to the Middle East
Yes,
and all
yes,
that.
yes.
They are doing now Sri Lanka,
Yeah.
Pakistan, एक करके all these countries.
Yeah.
Create
String
the
of pearls
turmoil
is
and then.
It's called the string of pearls. Yeah, but their diplomacy, they've done it before as well. During Zheng He's time. Not to get into history.
Their food and history is pretty crazy, interesting. How people used to freak out about, culture about eating bugs. And it was because they also saw that horrible time with,
the
Mao,
Cultural Revolution.
where there was like no food, dude. So what are you going to do? The source of protein is that. It's nourishment for now. The other option is death. There's death or E. Like, what would you choose? Come on, man. Do the E and eat. But then from there, it became a part of the culture. Till even now, where they have a lot of it, but it's still there. They have retained
Also, depends on where you are in China.
Yeah, it's very...
Because it's a huge country.
Oh, yeah.
And the diversity of food there is phenomenal. Unka the 8 major regional cuisines hai. Uske baad there are like 45 different cuisines.
Okay.
The 8 to regional, matlab they're completely different from each other. Yeah, it's
It
very
took a
complex.
lot of time for me to learn that Szechuan does not mean Szechuan. Everybody, it's
There's
not
no
Szechuan
Szechuan.
also.
There is no Szechuan.
Yeah, it's Sichuan. Yeah, it took me time to learn that.
There is no Sichuan sauce also.
Yeah, there's just pepper.
I used to see the devastation that happened to me when I went to China to study. I reached there and first week I was like, Chinese food, ye ho jayega bahar. And I had never been to China.
Yeah.
And my only exposure to Chinese food was in India. So I never went to France and wanted to eat Chinese food.
Yeah.
So where you would have probably tasted authentic Chinese or at least not Indian Chinese.
Hmm.
Went there and I was like, yeah. And I'm asking my Chinese friends over there who were classmates. So we get, can we get like fried rice with chili chicken? He's looking at me like, what and what? I was like, their fried rice also is that sticky rice wala fried rice.
Yeah.
It's not really what
Yanzhou Chaofan.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good food, definitely.
अपना इधर walk में कुछ और ही डाला
Correct,
हुआ,
correct.
extra
इधर में
थोड़ा.
मसाला डालता
Here
है.
we make bhel with fire.
Yeah.
वो मेरे गले से उतरता नहीं है.
But chindis,
I don't know why. Well, I guess you have to live so many years there. It's just like, nahi hoga mere se.
But here, if they don't call it Chinese and give it to you, you'll probably eat it.
Like that Shillong Northeast style noodles, street noodles, those are good. Nice.
That's a very underrated cuisine, no? The Northeast. Like it's.
I love it, man. I actually was almost getting into business with somebody to start one. A Northeast restaurant here. But then there's not that much demand.
Takers nahi hai udhar.
But there's an excellent one right here, just walking distance.
Soul
Chef.
Really good food, really good Northeast food. Yeah. Goa, no, has become, I feel, in the last 5 years, it's become the
Culinary
melting pot of all the cuisines from across the world, actually, not just India. So India se to aa gaye, tumhare Bombay se Izumis of the world have come to Goa. A lot of international chefs who were thinking of starting anything in India have decided Goa as a destination for it.
Yeah.
So I think the last
access to
few years,
produce and the cost of setting up is much lower here. Now it's changing. Abhi to suddenly in last 2 years because of the pandemic, but maximum number of restaurants opening are in Goa.
Oh yeah, this season I think is going to be really good for the state because just the idea of getting out and traveling. It's just people are going to do that, dude. People are going to come to Goa in droves.
And it's easier to come here, no? Like getting a Schengen visa right now, Schengen visa right now is not as easy.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the ass. Like I think France is the only one that's giving you something on time. Spain is delaying shit. So everyone who's thinking holiday के लिए Barcelona जाएगा, वो छोड़ना गोवा जाता है. Spending capacity है. So he can eat at the fancier restaurants in Goa. So the restaurant people are happy. They can price their food to certain things and serve better food. So I think that way Goa is definitely very interesting.
There's an air of exploration in
Correct.
Goa and experimentation in Goa, which I think even to an extent Bombay lacks. Bombay maybe had it.
I think Bombay is overrated when it comes to restaurants.
It's the city
No, I'm saying in
thing.
general. In general.
There's
Not just food.
Yeah, I came back to India. We've settled here. I just find it a lot more easy to
Yeah, a lot
navigate.
of our friends, like comedians and whatnot, they're just like, now I work out of Goa. And whenever there is work or something, I come to Bombay.
Ask the Goans, they hate it, but
100%. It's like, we made this a paradise.
COLM को GK2 बना दिया है. Greater Kailash 2.
Asagaon is GK. Yeah, I realized that happens with me, no? It's so weird. I'm shitting on every... You come to Goa, you get a Goa number plate, no?
yeah.
Most nafrat you keep for DL. No, DL से एक, there's one worse than a DL.
Oh yeah.
Haryana.
Oh yeah.
वो तो ना इससे दूर रहने का ये चुतिया ही है. फिर दिल्ली वाला ये गोली मारेगा. बॉम्बे वाले का एटीट्यूड है और कर्नाटक को गाड़ी नहीं चलाना आता. ये वाला बीच में चलाता है. उसको लगता है कि वो बेंचो he's been riding on that runway of a jumbo jet. He needs this much space on both sides. So I have got this hatred for DL and I'm like मैं दिल्ली वाला हूँ. और ये what these fucking GK2 people. I grew up in GK2.
Yeah.
So, and I not only that, so like he makes fun when I say this, but I am GK2, Delhi, and modern school Barakhamba. The three worst things that to come out of Delhi. So all of them combined into one, and I'm shitting all over them all day long.
But that's fine, dude.
Yeah.
That's the best part of it is you can have a part of your childhood identity which you don't like.
Yeah.
Like you're allowed to.
I had a great childhood.
I know, but like that
But
part
that-
of the
yeah.
geographical identity, you're like, come on.
It's the other people.
हाँ.
It's always
I was different. I'm cultured.
उसने बिगाड़ दिया नाम
Yeah.
बिगाड़.
वो गरीब जो दिल्ली वाले हैं.
No, because then the music changes. Sorry, that is one thing that I dislike a lot also in Goa. Like when I'm walking around and whatnot, I already have the onslaught of Bollywood and that makhana and then this and that. And I don't know why is that playing in a veg restaurant. Like I don't get it. Like the whole point of
Wait,
travel.
stop the conversation. Did you say you were in a veg restaurant?
No, I saw it from the outside.
Walking.
From far
I was
away.
like, wait, this conversation has to end here.
From far away, buddy.
Then makhana bhai.
I treated them like lepers.
As they should be.
Yeah.
जाते बोले छी.
Because what I disliked about the whole thing was you came to a different place and what one thing you have immediate plug into is food. If you need it, taste is something you'll enjoy, but you still want to travel with chole bhature. Like I don't.
That truly saddens me because, at least from a very personal perspective, food is the way to connect with people. There's a first gateway to people, right?
Yeah.
Because you are sharing something.
Yeah.
So you're not getting into somebody's house, but you're sharing a table, you're sharing their culture.
Yeah.
And food is the best way to understand their history. A lot of things the food will tell you.
Yeah.
So I don't understand that people come all the way here or go to other places and then
Look for the food
look
that
for
they
the
came
food that
from.
they already know. Like you don't even want to know about the place.
Like my heart broke when I came out when we were staying at that villa in Kalangut. It was also not the best place to stay, but Kalangut, that villa is beautiful. Come out of there, took a left onto that road, bro. The first thing that you see is taste of Bharuch.
Yeah. It's just like I don't
Bharuch
want.
had a taste to start
No.
with. How is it reached?
What is it? Bhujia? Like
I don't know what it is.
I think peanuts. Okay,
Bharuch
fine.
has
I don't know.
peanuts.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, peanuts and
Yeah.
peanuts, definitely.
Bharuch है किधर एक तो पहले बता.
Bharuch is Gujarat.
Why is all things in Gujarat lately?
So Gujarat, I think that is my problem with Gujarati travelers. They have the money, they travel all over the world. The problem is they all carry their fafda khakra. And because of which, I think that when you go to abroad, you feel sad because you're looked down upon as a traveler, as a tourist, because you're not helping the economy much for the masses, like the guys who are running your chota organized institutes, food and all of that. So I think one is that, and then they say you come in hordes. स्पेस भी ले रहा है तू हमारा, इधर बाकी सब कचरा आवाज भी कर रहा है और कुछ दे के भी नहीं जा रहा. And that is what you feel sad about. And that is now I think the good part now is that the new hated traveler is the Chinese. So it's like चलो अच्छा at least वो तो गया.
One of the moments. They've taken that away from us.
Oh my God, yeah.
But I've had that moment once when I'd gone to Madam Tussauds London ऐसा ही chill करने को गया नहीं कभी. Let's see. हमेशा page 3 पे ही देखा है तो I went over there and the Kesari tour travels, whatever that tour travels thing came, and they're standing in a line outside full, sweater pen के सब ready for assault, like camera वगैरह check everything, and then we are
They
going
have a flag also.
Yeah.
To lead them in battle.
and then like we are just ahead of them by a bit. Okay, so I'm the last straggler from our group. Me and another friend, we were just looking at reading something that was written. And this piche se I feel a tap on my shoulder. So one of the aunties was like, "Arey, take our photo now." So she's standing by. There's Stephen Hawking ka on the wheelchair, and she's standing by as if she's holding the, like taking him around and smiling, like, and he's like, take my photo. And on the side, I see the college kid wanting to take a photo. But how is a college kid taking a photo? He's taking the runner stance of a race. besides Stephen Hawking. And he's telling, hey, photo lena. मेरा DP बताया. इसका वजह से अपने को गाली मिलता है. ये थियरी ऑफ एवरीथिंग बनाने को गया. भाग सकता है क्या गांडू? भाग सकता है क्या?
मैं कहीं तो जीतूंगा.
फिजिक्स आता तेरे को? फिजिक्स.
You can talk about how everything moves, but you
can't. You need wheels. Let's just wrap the episode on this.
Yeah,
I don't think I want to talk.
Stephen
Also, I feel like a cocktail. I think all of us deserve one. Okay, we are in Goa. Let's wrap this up. Guys, thanks a lot for coming. Before we wrap this up, Sid, Shanky from the Big Forkers, if you haven't checked them out, please do. We have a lot of fun. I end up checking out the places which they like or they do not like. And the good part about their videos is they are honest with it. Alright? If they don't like it, they'll be like, yeah, don't waste your money, please. Like, if you want to gamble, buddy. That's the way you live your life. Do subscribe to their channel. Do follow them on all of the social media sites. We will be taking down that info using all of the graphics for the same.
Yes.
Alright? Plug into the place.
Yeah. For the record, the Vinyl Bar is beautiful place to listen to music. And
just Google it
good
in
cocktails.
Panji. Great pub, great cocktails. If you want to check out the music scene, it has a great vibe over here as well. You might run into some fellow musicians if you want to come down. You know, this is the place where I think we are also thinking about moving to after this experience. All right, go. Who's the governor, man? I'm writing a letter now to
RMP, Comedians in Exile.
Yeah. All right, guys. Anything else you guys want to plug before we?
No, man. Thank you so much for this.
It's been a lot of fun, man.
It's been a good
Thank
fun
you so
Yeah,
conversation.
I love to do these free-form stuff. It's just, it's natural, right? It's easier.
Yeah, it's more honest.
Yeah.
No pretense.
Yeah.
There's no, I hate pretense. I can't fucking stand it. Ugh. It makes me search for knives, you know. I'm not even a cook. I don't even know. I know I'll be good at stabbing. That's the only thing. All right, guys. Take care.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you so
Take care.
much.
Dude, this was such a fun conversation, man.
It was.